you, Captain. Hello and hello again, and welcome to the Living Strong Television Network broadcast, where I'm your host, Prophet Johnson. We're going to get started on people that just don't care. That's all there is to it. And we can debate it, we can talk about it, we can ask all the questions in the world, we can search high, low, in and out, hither and yonder. Road rage, number one. Okay, you're riding down the road and all of a sudden, rubber. Well, I'm the number one road rage peacemaker. Let them have the road. Give them the road. Bless them with the road. Oh, God. So much that is happening, even during the pandemic. People dying, can't even see loved ones. Churches basically facilitating the time, vying for time. And so where are we? Here we go. Book of Daniel, chapter number 12. And at that time verse number 1, Daniel. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth before the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book shall be delivered. Everyone that is found written in the book, delivered where eventually into the kingdom, but tested before time. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake. Did you hear that? Many that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake. How dry I am. Some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Which category are you going to be in? When you meet Jesus, what section are you going to be sitting in the restaurant? Are you going to the smoking section or the non-smoking section? And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament. And they that turn many to righteousness, hallelujah. Woo, they that be wise. I don't have time for that. And they that turn many to righteousness, gotten souls saved, wise in the signs of the time. And they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. That's how they're going to shine. The ones that are wise are going to shine bright, that turn people over to God. But here it comes. Verse number 4, the conjunction. We don't want to hear this. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words. Oh, God, why did you say that? And seal the book. When? Even to the time of the end. Why? Because in the time of the end, many shall run to and fro, hither and thither. And knowledge shall be increased. What has happened in the land? There's an increase of knowledge. Many people are running back and forth. Do you see it? We have vehicles, airplanes, yachts, boats. We live in an infomercial paradise. We are here. We are alive on earth. But we are not alone. Okay? Then I, Daniel, looked, and behold, there stood other two, the one on this side of the bank of the river, and the other on that side of the bank of the river. Boy, here we go now. It's going to get into some bad stuff, Dad. I really don't want to deal with all of this because I don't like this part here. But I'll read it anyway, okay? And he said to the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, how long shall it be to the end of these wonders? And I heard the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the rivers, when he held up his right hand in his left hand unto heaven, and swear by him that liveth forever, that it shall be for times in half, and when he shall accomplish to scatter the power of the holy people. Do you hear that? To scatter the power of the holy people. All things shall be finished. That's where we are. We're heading there. All things shall be finished, scattering, God allowing, the power of the people. And I heard, but I understood not. Then said I, O my Lord. So it's identifying what shall be the end of these things. And he said, go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. Why is Jesus rough on this? Oh God, I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to get in so much trouble. Here it is. Let me show you this. Look at this. I want you to hear this. Jesus is the Messiah. Matthew chapter number 16 and verse number 17. And Jesus answered and said unto him, blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood have not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. And I say unto you also that thou art Peter, and upon this rock will I build my church. What's that rock? The rock of truth. What did Simon say? Verse number 13, and the book of Matthew chapter number 16, verse number 13. When Jesus came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, whom do men say that I am? The Son of Man am. Whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am? He's identifying. And they said, some say John the Baptist, others Elijah, others Jeremiah, others one of the prophets. He said, but who do you say I am? Simon Peter answered, thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God. Now he's blessed because truth has come in. Look at this. He said, upon this rock, this truth, this revelation, I'm going to build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. And I will give unto thee the keys. That's what you want. That's what I'm showing you right now. Okay, running from the book of Daniel. The keys to the kingdom of heaven. Hallelujah. And whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. And whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Why is all this happening? Look at this. Listen to it. I've got to show you this before I go here. Go back. Understanding the times. Tying in with the book of Daniel, the end of the time. People just don't care. Here it is. The Pharisees, verse number 1, Matthew 16, we backing up, okay? The Pharisees also with the Sadducees came and tempting, desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven. Okay? Here it is. He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, you say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. That's why we got raindrops keep falling on my head. Here we go. And in the morning, it will be foul weather. Jesus said, y'all know everything. Can't nobody tell you nothing. For the sky is red lowering. Oh, you hypocrites. You can discern the face of the sky, but can you discern the signs of the time? You got the weather, fellas. You got your degrees, but you don't have enough common sense to know that we're living in the end days. Men don't care. People don't care. Why don't people care? A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonah. And he left them and departed. When we see this, I want to show you this. Going back to the book of Daniel, because this is really building up to some terrifying stuff. You're talking about Nightmare on Elm Street. Let me show you this. In verse number 9, Daniel chapter number 12, and he said, go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. Didn't I tell you that over the book of Matthew? Jesus said, I know what you're looking for. He said, look, I'm going to deal with all of this. And verse number 10, many shall be purified and made white and tried. Did you hear that? Purified and made white, which means you're going to go through in your mind now. You're going to go through in your heart now. You're going to get back to the altar in the old landmark. You're preparing yourself for holiness, not hell. Listen to this. But the wicked shall do wickedly. Do you see it? That's why people don't care. Because he's showing you that in the end time, hallelujah, that the wicked shall do wickedly. The heart is desperately wicked above all. Who can know it? It says a woman is so cunning until her ways are past finding out. Women, don't get mad at me, but the Bible talks about you being so slick, so sneaky. Remember, you trapped Adam. Now, I'm not blaming nothing on you because I already told you. And I've told y'all a million times. Men are dumb. Okay? We are dumb when it comes to a woman. Man's greatest weakness is PMS. Power, money, and sex. You got him, you give him that, you got it all, woman. You got a hotsy-totsy that's ready to trotsy, but it won't get scotchy. You got that, you got that man. Because he's dumb. He follows the little head. Oh, no, you ready down there? Oh, no. I think they ready for me. I better go get me some. You see, so you got it made, woman. You're smarter than a man. Men are dumb, ignorant, and stupid when it comes to a woman, especially one that he want to smooch a little. Okay, you got him. He dumb. Y'all are smart. Smart, smart, smart. And men, watch the woman that do everything behind your back. That's the most dirtiest of all. The one that wait till you leave and do it all behind your back, that's the dirtiest one. Okay? Women, that's the dirtiest men too. Okay? He dirty. Here it is. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. Did you hear that? Why won't they understand? Because they don't want to understand. They don't want to understand. They don't want to come into knowledge. They'd rather lie, cheat, and steal from all the promises of God that are yea and amen. Now, I'm being nice tonight because I really don't want to bother with this. So I'm being nice tonight because I really don't want to talk about why people don't care. I really don't want to bother with it because you can go, you can search the world over. They don't care in no restaurants. They hustle for the money. The smiles are fake. Stuff, just $3 bills everywhere. We pay for fake service to eat processed food in which the dog will not eat, in which the rain cannot kill a McDonald's hamburger, and the sun cannot dry it out, and the birds will not eat it. You can take a McDonald's hamburger, nail it to the top of a post. Go try it. See what happens. Well, I got some must that eat anything because you don't feed your dogs. Them are homestead mutts. Oh, please. Of course they will. They mutts. They'll eat anything. Okay? Anything. I'm not talking about them mutts. All right? Take an average dog, cat, anything. Put him out there. They won't even touch this stuff. Even my dog won't even eat it. Pitiful. A whole hamburger, they wouldn't even eat it. They don't eat that junk. And something strange about them dogs, too. Those dogs don't eat that Chinese food. Now, that got me a little puzzled. And I kept wondering, I got one dog that'll eat anything. I got one that'll eat anything. He'll eat an elephant. This dog eat anything. He'll eat anything. I got one dog that's a treat junkie. I done turned him into a treat junkie. And all you veterinarians out there, forgive me. Let me stop talking about that. And then I got one dog that love white people. That dog know he love white people. You can steal him any white person, because they stole him, I guess. Yeah, he love white people, especially a white girl. That joker get every flea off of him, get scratched up, cooted up. Oh, he love white people. If I find me the right white girl to give him to, he gone. That dog love white people. Better not take him around no white woman. He kill himself. He ain't got no black in him when it come to white. Where we at? I don't know where we are. We're talking about why people don't care. I tell you, I don't want to talk about that. Why is it? But Captain, can you answer this right here? Maybe I can get something. Why is it that a dog loves more than a human? Why is it that a dog loves I'm going to get in so much trouble. God, this is the only explanation. Why is a dog love more like God than we do? An animal, a dog got unconditional love. And I'm looking at this like, how in the world can this be? And God said, now wait, that animal forgives everything. I said, well, maybe because I feed him. No. The Lord said, no, now don't have no excuses. I feed you and take care of you, don't you? What, Lord? Didn't I take care of your butt? Yes, well, the Lord don't talk like that. Well, maybe he do it, maybe he don't. But did he not take care of you? Okay, Jesus said that don't believe don't mean they're damned already. So don't tell me how Jesus talk. Okay? Now, I feed you, don't you feed? Unconditional love. A dog loves more a woman more than the man do. The dog respects the woman more than the man. Isn't that something? That don't make no sense. And God let me know, when you can learn to love like a dog, then you got love. When you learn to love God like dogs love human beings, then we got God. Why did God use a dog? But he'll use anything. Anything. He used animals in nature. Even a ravenous bird. The most stingiest bird in the world is a raven. That's a stingy mug. That Johnny Rook is stingy. That bird needs to go to church. Because I believe that's a bird of the Christian. But that bird will even feed his own chick. He eat all the food, though. He eat most of the food. He's stingy, even with his own children. That bird. But he get his belly fat, and then he go feed his children. But he take care of them. Even a snake care about a baby snake. Lord help us. But let it come to people. That good Samaritan, you remember that? Should I go back and read that again? No, I shouldn't read that no more. We're vexed out. Why don't we pick that up tomorrow night and go back to that good Samaritan? Okay? Here it is. We're in the book of Daniel, chapter number 12. And from that time, in verse number 11, and from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, in the abomination that maketh desolate set up. Here comes the Antichrist. There shall be 1,290 days. Blessed is he that waited and cometh to the 1,305 and 30 days. It's time, three and a half, Antichrist coming on the scene. 3 years, 3.5 years, something's about to show up. But go thy way till the end be. You chill out and you move on. Did you see the abomination of desolation being pushed through whether at the Capitol building, not the Capitol building, the CPAC thing with the President 45 and a half. Did you see the statue of non-liberty? Did you see the golden calf that they made of 45 Trump? Did you see the worship? What this is showing y'all is that this is the abomination of desolation, symbolically, that's going to stand in the holy place and stand in the place where it ought not. When they made that golden statue, God help us. I'm not supposed to reveal this. Oh, Lord. Let me hide from the public. When they made that golden calf, white people, y'all have no idea what y'all did. That was the one thing that you should not have done to Yahweh, to Yeshua, the fire of destruction and of death and of judgment. The fire of judgment have set in your hearts and struck you with arrows from the abyss. The damnation that you've set up is like never before. Was it not enough for them to take down the Confederate statues that hurt people through slavery? But it don't matter, because folks are evil. They love it. They love it. Not all. We got some. You want to see a real king? Look at King LeBron James. That's right. How he stands up, not like the rest of them, kowtowing, wanting a position, sitting behind a desk, and won't say nothing about real black lives that do matter. But he act and could care less about what other people think. There's a real warrior, not some commentator doing some commercial with some general or some piece of commercial or some Subway commercial. And if he do one, at least now he's backed it up with talk. There's your real warrior. LeBron James. Make a statue of him. Put it among the poor and the black. And say he cared about his people. He cared about his tribe. He cared about where he come from. He never forgot his God because he points toward the heaven to identify to the whole world who gave him his gift. But no, we're satisfied with killing up everything that's not like us, not knowing that in the end God is going to judge us. America, what you saw in that CPAC, and I warned all the Christians, white people, what you saw were the racist, Christian, white people example of their God. This man has now become like their God. Black people, y'all better run. While you got your little churches, you got your little family congregation, you open back up, you got all them little children in there that y'all done raised, and you're still running it bigoted behind the scene. You don't want to have nothing to do with the truth teller. Pray to God you don't ever see Prophet Johnson no more for the rest of your life. And whatever you do, remember, the blessing that you stole and got many years ago is now more powerful than ever. One word from the mouth of the prophet will set you on high. Everybody can't get what they used to get. Now they're going to get it somewhere else and keep what they got. Because many are too ashamed to ever allow the real blessing to come back in the house. They'll take the false blessing, but they don't want the real blessing no more. Universal truth, the truth teller, igniting fire. That you better believe. Captain, I don't know where we at, but we somewhere close to closing. I want to show them this, Captain, and let's go ahead and deal with this. I want to go to Matthew, because that's what we're dealing with. And we're going to close out right here, Captain, okay? Chapter number 23, 24. And we're going to close out. In verse number 7. We're closing out. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquake in divers places, and these are the beginnings of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. Captain, I wish I had an hour to talk about that, but I got about 1 minute, maybe 30 seconds. And because iniquity shall abound, here's the answer why people just don't care. The love of many shall wax cold. The love of many, we're closing, shall wax cold in the last days. So we're living in iceberg love, frozen love. We're going to have an ice cube baby, but we're in the end. I'm closing, Cap. We're going to pick this up tomorrow night. How dry I am. How dry I am. I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Y'all have a good night. How dry. Bye.
I'm wiser. I'm